Hello guys, and welcome back to another For Honor Heroes build video with me, Daniel Does It. Let's go ahead and get on the hero we're working on, which is Aramusha, and the mode we're focused around is Breach Attack. So let's go ahead and get into the 3 perk selection that I chose for this mode. Excuse me. Now the first perk I go with from the common ones are Shields Up. The second mid-tier perk is Ventral Barrier, obviously, because it's mid-tier, so you want to use this one to go around to get another third perk, or you can use 2 common perks and get a rare perk like Last Stand, Fresh Focus, or Bulk Up. But I went with Last Stand. Now here's the reason why I went with this. So we're in Breach. For now, respawn lives still matter. With the update coming up for the Breach that they're doing, lives are still going to matter, especially at the end when you're trying to do the final push. They're going to matter a lot, but staying alive period is still going to matter in this mode. So we have shields up for when we spawn. We don't need to do anything to gain this 15 shield besides just spawn with it. If you do happen to get revived, when you're trying to get revived, you'll get revived with a 15 health shield over your half regular amount of life that you get revived with, so thus making that one better than Aegis and Bastion. Bastion is pretty nice if you're holding a banner, but that just means the first time you get hit while you have the banner, basically usually you're probably undefended, is only going to be reduced by 10%, not every time after you have the banner. You drop the banner as soon as you get hit. On top of that, when you're in zones as an attacker, which you're going to be a little bit more reliable now in the new Breach, they're not always there. You're only going to be taking down about 3 to 4 zones per area in the beginning. After that, it's over. There's one area. When you fight the commander, there's no area left. You may not even be at an area. You might be defending your ram, and the ram doesn't count as a zone. If they do happen to have the ram count as a zone, then Bastion might be a little bit more viable by then. But we have Ventral Barrier and Last Stand. The reason why I coupled these two together, besides having more life with Bulk Up or trying to come back out of exhaustion state with Fresh Focus, is because Ventral Barrier, yes, it gives you a revenge of 25 health shield. Once you when you're in revenge, and you know how you have your shield when you're in revenge. When you come out, you go back to your normal health. So if you're like almost dead, and you come out, one more hit is all it takes for you to be down. Instead, this gives you a 25 health shield that exists after you exit revenge, that protects you a little bit longer. Now, if you are in critical health while you have Ventral Barrier active, you will gain the benefit from Last Stand, which gives you 40% damage reduction. So that shield you have after your revenge will benefit from 40% damage reduction from enemies' attacks. This allows you to stay up and stay alive longer. Especially if you need backup or you're trying to find a place to heal, you're going to be able to survive attacks longer, go into revenge if you're getting ganked, come out of revenge with a shield, and because you're able to survive longer when you come out of revenge, you might be even able to activate revenge again. Sorry that was a little bit confusing. I hope I made that understandable for you. So now we're going to go over to the feats and see what feats, we chose for this mode. I chose to go with Deadly for the first feat. I was thinking about going with Body Count, etc., but you know what? Am I on the right one? I do not see why I do not have Body Count for. Oh, that's right. Because I was going with Body Count to stay around the ram and attack minions, but the light attacks that you continuously able to do, you have to hit about 2, maybe 3 to 4 times in order to take out a minion around the ram. Thus, you're getting attacked pretty frequently around the ram. So I did go ahead and try this out. I didn't like it too well. I decided to just go ahead with Deadly. It grants me more damage. So besides having all the ways for me to stay alive, which Shields Up, Last Stand, Ventral Barrier, you're dishing out more damage every 3 seconds. So what this means is when you attack somebody, that damage is increased. Once that attack hits, this attack boost is not effective for 3 seconds, then it's effective again. So every hit per 3 seconds will deal more additional damage. Iron Lungs makes you sprint when you're out of stamina, one of the useful feats I've ever seen in my life, in my own opinion. Body Count, you get health from soldiers and stamina from soldiers, so you can just continuously attack. But because these troops dish out so much damage, you're actually getting more damage taken than you are dishing out and than you are regaining health. This is the reason why I did not go with Body Count. It's just not something I decided to go with. I decided to go with Deadly because, again, you're dishing out more damage every 3 seconds. Also works against Guardians and the commander at the end. So if you're trying to beat up the commander, hey, just go ham on him. You know, you'll do more damage with your attacks this way. The second feat I chose with Juggernaut. I chose that over Smoke Bomb and Rocksteady. Rocksteady is nice. I feel like it's more valuable if you're in 1v1s, or if you're going against a Yamaganda and he's trying to grab and throw you. His punch to the gut can still land you on the ground if you're exhausted, but if a Yamaganda tries to fade into a guard break and throw you on the ground, you won't fall. That's the only beautiful thing about this, and I do use this in my Dominion build. If you need to check that out, go right ahead. Let me know in the comments down below. But Juggernaut allows you to be uninterruptible, kind of like the Shigoki or Hidekiri, how he continuously attacks and he doesn't get interrupted. Basically hyper armor. You gain high damage reduction, and slippery means they can't guard break you. But for some reason, there's certain ways that you can't get guard break. Now, if you guard break and you miss, they can guard break you. If you feign into a heavy, for some reason they can guard break you. I don't know if they fixed that yet, but since I've used it, I've still been able to get guard broken, which I feel like slippery doesn't even mean something in this whole feat. When you are trying to revive somebody and people are trying to hit you, it is awesome to use. I use that sometimes. I'll go on, I'll try to revive a teammate, I'll have Juggernaut activated, they'll be trying to hit me thinking they're going to stop me from getting the revive, but they don't. But they can guard break you if you're reviving. Slippery doesn't activate, it doesn't counter guard break that. But just something to look out for. Something I want you to let you know about this feat. It is wonderful to use. Let's say you get to the Guardian or you get to the Commander. You have Deadly to dish out more damage. You want to throw on Juggernaut when you get there. So whoever is hitting you is barely doing damage to you. Bam, you're hitting the Commander or your Guardian, dishing out some damage with Deadly on top of it. And if you have an attack boost, even more. On top of that, once your Juggernaut deactivates, you'll have Last Stand. And who knows, you might have Revenge, so by the time you get out of Revenge, you have a shield and you have Last Stand. Or you might even have more health because you've been gaining damage reduction from Revenge and Juggernaut. Now, Smoke Bomb is a pretty neat perk. It does help you stop the opponents from locking onto you and you being able to lock onto them. I don't really understand the whole speed increase. I haven't really noticed about that. But since we're on the offensive trying to take things down, I feel like Smoke Bomb is not as great as Juggernaut as the combo that I just explained to you would be for you. Moving on to the third feat, I chose Second Wind over Sharpened Blade and Flaming Arrows, because Flaming Arrows isn't always accurate. You're fighting around a lot of troops in this mode, so you might end up hitting the troops, you might miss, you might even end up hitting your teammate. This arrow actually does way more damage than the longbow in my opinion. It just does it over time, so the opponents are able to heal up away from the damage if they are able to. Sharpened Blades inflicts damage over time, another overtime type thing. You have to land hits in order for it to be effective, which isn't bad, but again, we're trying to stay alive, especially towards the end, and we're on breach, so a lot of the things we do, we don't want to keep running back to the heal pad or heal zone just to get some health. So that's the reason why I went with Second Wind, because regardless, we go into a fight, we activate Juggernaut, get high damage reduction, dish out some damage. Once Juggernaut's over, you're gonna lose some health, not a lot of health, but you can regain that health, get into the fight, get into Revenge. By that time, come out with Last Stand. Hopefully Juggernaut comes back. It does come back pretty frequently, doesn't take that long. And the whole thing is you're able to just continuously stay in a fight and dish out damage and take reduced amount of damage. And you have shields up, etc. to even help you stay alive even longer, where you don't even have to use your Second Wind. And Second Wind comes back. It does have a cooldown. You don't just get to use it once and it's gone forever, but it's just something to keep in mind while you're playing. On top of that, even further, if you use your Second Wind, let's say you use your Second Wind after you use Juggernaut to regain the health that you lost, bam. Now you probably got Revenge, you're out with the health shield, you're still not even close to dying, you got full health, you got freaking Ventral Barriers, 25 shield on you. Now, since your Second Wind is on cooldown and it's probably like a quarter up from being back, you can probably activate Juggernaut again. Or even if you don't have Juggernaut or Second Wind and you're dying, you just got Revenge, you're coming out, throw your Starlight banner down. This will help you gain not only yourself, but allies around you who are probably coming to enforce you, or even at the commander with you, some health. While this is active, probably by the time that your fourth feat deactivates, you'll be able to use Juggernaut or Second Wind again. So this is all going to benefit you in a combination of ways that I'm just explaining here, of examples that I've used it by playing in Breach Attack. Aerostorm is very awful with its accuracy. I just think this is one of the worst fourth feat in the game. You do hurt your allies. Again, you're going to aim it somewhere people can see when it's coming after the first hit. Move out the way. It's just, in my opinion, is not the best way to go, especially for a breach attack where we're using Starlight Banner. Fear itself will make you dish out more damage to your opponents. That's basically it. I found it pretty useful when I did get up to the commander. I'm trying to take out the commander fast, but again, we already have something that's doing this more damage with Deadly. I feel like keeping your team alive, especially towards the end of the new updated breach mode, Starlight Banner is going to be the way to go. I really hope you guys enjoy. That's it for this. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. That's it for this build for the Aramusha breach attack. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Again, thank you so much for taking your time to watch. Look out for the Zanhu's breach attack as well as the Aramusha and Zanhu's breach defense builds coming up here as well. Thank you guys again so much for taking your time to watch, and until next time, I'll see you guys on the battlefield.